Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. As you know, we do everyday plumbing. The good, the bad, and the ugly. All while training my two sons the plumbing trade. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing and follow this journey as I train these two guys. It's going to be a long one, but well worth it, because we all know plumbing ain't going nowhere. And for today's adventure, CB2 is meeting me at the job, and we're installing a hand sink as per the health department. So we got to rough in with a utility pump on a slab. So we're going to pump it up and into an old stack cold water line for the sink itself, and then install a small sink water heater, a little electric one. It's a busy job, and I'm going to do the best I can to get some shots. We are connecting our drain via utility pump into this old 3-inch trap that is not being utilized no more. While I'm cutting this, we're going to need a scrap of a 2-inch pipe for sure, 12 inches. And the grind, we're going to need no, I didn't bring none in. And the grinder over here too, ready to go. Yeah, keep in mind, it's a lot of weight, that track. If it starts to go, stop, and we can just snap it off. We are actually working above the hand sink we are installing and roughing in for the bending area. The drain line will be pumped into an old floor drain above our heads, and right now we're cutting out the old trap above just to make it clear what we are doing here. Here, CB2 is making the connection with a no-hub clamp and a 3x2 bushing that our 1.5-inch drain line will pump into from the sink below. CB2 in action. This 1.5-inch lateral I'm going to show you is moving left to right about 3 feet, and right here I'm actually just cutting the top of the header of a metal stud with the grinder. One of my favorite tools. Here CB2 is putting in some backing boards so we can run our drain line down to the sink area, and also have backing board for our water line, which we're installing. The reason we decided to go with a pump in this application is because there was no drains in the area, and it was just easier to put in a utility pump under the sink and pump the drain line up. And here you can see how high the ceiling was down there. It's about 12 foot down. Plumbing apprentices out there. Here I'm using the floor above as my guide for the height I need into my drain, and to also measure the length of the pipe for my riser from the sink. And I'm just using this and measuring up from down bottom to get a good idea of what I need. Giving CB2 the measurement off this left stud because he's going to install the clamp below, and of course we want our pipe nice and plumb, right CB2? So many lessons plumbing and apprentices. Right here I got CB2 up on the scaffold, and I'm showing him the sleeve I made for the vent for the actual drain line to go through the metal stud, because you got to have a sleeve for the sharp edges. And I'm telling him, of course, if I had used no hub, which we're not, you wouldn't need a sleeve because no hub is metal. Okay, watch for it. I hit the pipe and the glue onto my arm. Bang, right there. Isn't that awesome? I love getting ABS glue off my arm. CB2 stubbing out the 1.5" 90, but we actually stubbed it out like 28 inches high off the floor because we got to put the pump under the sink and also a check valve for the pump. So that's why we roughed it in 28. Here is where I'm tapped into the cold water for the sink below. We're going to rough cold water line in from above, and for the hot water for the hand sink, we're just going to put in a little under the sink water heater for to be able to wash your hands as per the health department. So that's why there will be no hot line roughed in here. making the final connection for the cold with the PEX stub out at 20 inches high for the rough end. We're going to charge this with water, and moving forward, this is CB2's first commercial job like this. A lot going on, and we have a lot of stuff for CB2 to do here, so we're going to get plenty of shots of the young man in action. Let the plumber grow, as they say. Until then, we will see you at the next one. Thanks for tuning in.